running an e-commerce business all by yourself can sometimes be a little difficult. So you might need people to fulfill your orders, to do customer support, and all these kind of things. And today I sat down with Nathan from FreeUp, and we talked a little bit about how to hire VAs, what to keep in mind, and a lot of tips that you can apply to your business right away if you ever considered to get a VA for your business. So it was a great interview. I hope that you guys will enjoy it. If you want to check out his freelance platform specifically for e-commerce, check out the link freeup.com with 3 E's. And now I wish you lots of fun with the video. Hope you like it. What's up, guys, and welcome to today's interview. I'm sitting here with Nathan from FreeUp, and I'm super excited to have a little conversation about VAs, outsourcing work, and all kind of stuff related to e-commerce and working with other people. So, Nathan, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Marco, thanks so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, so guys, Nathan runs the platform FreeUp, where you can find VAs for your e-commerce business. But I, of course, want to give Nathan a chance to introduce himself. So let us know what you do over there at FreeUp. Really exciting stuff.
Yeah, so I'm a longtime e-commerce seller. I started selling back in 2008. I've sold over $30 million online, and I've hired hundreds, if not thousands, of freelancers to help me do it. So I got pretty good at it, but I always wanted a faster way, because you go on Upwork, Fiverr, you post a job, you get 50 people to apply, you interview them one by one, and it just takes forever, and you never know what you're going to get. So I wanted a faster way. And when I couldn't find one, I built it myself. So 3 years ago, we started FreeUp. And what we do is we get thousands of applicants every week, freelancers from all over the world. We vet them not only for skill, but for attitude and communication as well. Take the top 1%, let them in, and then make them available to our clients quickly whenever they need them. We fill requests within a business day. We have freelancers from $5 to $75 an hour, everything from your customer service or virtual assistant in the Philippines to bookkeepers, graphic designers, content writers, all the way up to top marketing experts, agencies, web developers. And then on the back end, I mean, my calendar is right on the website, but we also have 24/7 support. So no matter how big or small your need is, you get fast responses. And lastly, we have a no turnover guarantee. If the freelancers quit for any reason, we cover all replacement costs and get you a new person right away. So that's really what we're all about, that pre-vetting, the speed, the customer service, and the protection.
So that sounds pretty awesome. It's kind of like you are the Upwork on steroids, if you want, like specifically for e-com. So if you are an e-commerce business owner, I mean exactly what you said. It's what I see all the time. I go to Upwork to find someone, and 100 people apply, and you don't even have the time to check on all of them. So in your case, you said that you had 1% of people. And how many freelancers are there then on FreeUp if you only let this very small percentage in?
Yeah, so we have over 1,200 freelancers on the platform right now, and we add somewhere between 5 and 30 a week, and we get about a few thousand applications a week. So it just depends on the time of the year and what we're looking for, and obviously the quality of the applicants.
Cool. And how long does it normally take to find a VA on FreeUp compared to like Upwork and stuff? Because I know sometimes it can literally take a week or more, or 2 weeks to find someone there.
So what's cool about us is we're a fast hire platform. I mean, we fill requests within a business day. We say a business day, but usually it's a few hours, just depending on the time of the day. We have clients who get started with the freelancer within hours or sometimes even minutes of putting in their request. And you're exactly right. I mean, if you need a graphic designer, do you really have 2 weeks to find a graphic designer that you need for 5 hours? It's no, I need someone now. And that's, I think that's the thing that really separates us. Like, yes, the pre-vetting is great, and the customer service, I'm all for it, and the protection is awesome too. But when you're an entrepreneur, time is that one thing you can't get back. And anything that you can do to reduce time and save you time is the things that's most valuable to you.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Time, it's definitely one of the most important assets, if not the most important one. And now in my audience, like the majority of people or many people have like small e-commerce stores, they're drop shipping, they're starting out. Some have 6, 7, 8 figures, but now specifically for those that are starting, what do you have like, you mentioned that you also have cheaper VAs. Like, do you have some rule of thumb when you should start like hiring VAs? Obviously, it depends on the case, but a lot of people ask me this, like, when is the good time? I always say, if you cannot keep up with the work yourself, but do you have any experiences when it makes a lot of sense to get someone in a particular position?
Yeah, so there's three different levels of freelancers. So there's basic, mid, and expert. So a basic freelancer, $5 to $10 an hour, non-US. When you think of outsourcing, they might have years of experience, but they're there to follow your systems, your processes. If you have SOPs, if you have directions, they're perfect. They can get you your time back. The mid-level, that 10 to 30 range, they're specialists. They do one or two things really well. They might write product descriptions. They might do bookkeeping or graphic design. You're not teaching them how to be a graphic designer, but they're not consulting with you either. They're doers. They do the same thing 8 to 10 hours a day. And then you got the experts, the 25 and up, that can consult, project manage, execute high-level game plans, help you create systems and processes. So when to hire and who to hire really depends on where you are at your business. Are you stuck in the day-to-day operations and you need more time back? Then go for the basic. Do you have this to-do list and projects that need to get done? Okay, let's go mid-level. Or do you need direction? Do you need to avoid mistakes? Do you need someone who can create a game plan for you and take over something like web development or marketing that you might not be an expert at? And then you need an expert. And I think sometimes the newer entrepreneurs, they're so focused on the cheap, where sometimes that expert, where you maybe hire them for $50 an hour for a few hours, and yes, it costs you a few $100s, that can save you thousands of dollars down the line. And I've had, when I started and I bootstrapped two companies, it's always a mix. The best teams are a combination of different things. So I might hire someone to get 2 hours of my day back, but then also hire someone to run my Instagram strategy. So it's not necessarily one or the other. You just have to figure out, hey, what for this particular hire, do I need that basic, mid, or expert?
Makes a lot of sense. I never thought about this three different freelancer types, but now that you said it, makes so much sense that they have totally different areas where you can use them. I always thought about like entry-level designer, mid-level designer, high-level designer. But what you said, that they have whole different tasks that they can do, it makes a ton of sense now. And one thing that I always kind of not really struggle, but it's always challenging sometimes, especially if you get more VAs, is how to really like organize and communicate them with them. So do you have any tools and processes that you can recommend here?
So I really like to practice what I preach. And obviously I preach remote hire. So my team's remote. I only hire people from the platform. But I also preach simplicity. You don't need this whole complex setup to manage remote freelancers. I use Skype. I use Trello. I use Jira for developers. And that's pretty much it. Obviously email and WhatsApp and all that. And the most important thing is to set the expectations up front. Hey, we have a group chat for emails. When you're working on emails, post in that group chat. Hey, send me updates at the end of every day, or hey, here's how we organize our Trello. Let's keep it updated. So it doesn't really matter what you use. I have plenty of clients that use Slack or use Asana. What's important is you set those expectations right from the beginning and you stay consistent, you stay organized. I've seen clients where every few weeks they're changing project management software and they're just confusing everyone and making it very difficult. You can keep it simple. You can build up. You can always move to a more expensive and bigger project management tool, but I would start small and build up from there.
Yeah, cool. So starting lean, use the tools that are free, that are out there anyway, and only if you need them, then upgrade to something else. Yeah, makes sense for sure. If you now, I had a look at FreeUp, of course, and checked all the areas already. Really cool stuff. I also registered already. But what are like the different freelance types, or the different types of work that are specific to the e-commerce industry, or would you say that are very unique? Probably you have stuff like people entering products on Shopify and things like that, and are very well versed with the Shopify platform and things.
Yeah, so we have over 100 skill sets on the platform. A lot of stuff is e-commerce focused. Like we have people that are Amazon PPC experts, or they build Shopify stores, or they have years of customer service experience, but it's in e-commerce. They know how to process returns. They know how to get tracking numbers. So we work with a lot of clients that are not e-commerce, whether they're marketing agencies or real estate agents. But my background, our core is always that e-commerce, and we've got lots of people that specialize in many different platforms, whether it's Amazon, Shopify, eBay, Walmart, Best Buy, Newegg. There's so many ways to build an e-commerce business these days, and we're always looking to take it to the next level and expand.
Cool. So just out of curiosity, do you still run an e-commerce business, or is your full focus on FreeUp now?
So I actually ran my e-commerce business through January of this year, and then I decided to switch my focus to FreeUp. one thing to keep in mind with my Amazon, or with my e-commerce, my Amazon business, is I was drop shipping baby products, and I did very well. I made a lot of money. I had a lot of fun. I learned a ton, but at the end of the day, I'm not passionate about selling baby products. It's not something that I saw myself doing for the next 30 years. So with FreeUp, I mean, I get to build my own brand. I get to help business owners around the world. I get to speak on podcasts and YouTube and conferences and help freelancers provide for their family. It's a lot more personally rewarding, and obviously FreeUp is growing fast, and I look at it as a big opportunity that I want to give my full attention to.
That's awesome. And do you have like a vision for FreeUp, like where it is in 3 years or 5 years?
We want to change the we want to change the way that people hire freelancers. We think the gig economy is pretty new, but we've also been doing it the same way for about 5 to 10 years now, with job boards and interviews and that same process. And we want to be different. We want to bring that customer service mentality back to it. We want to bring that speed aspect, which is the thing that all hiring, whether you're hiring internally or online, speed is not one of the things you relate to hiring. Everyone has a very long, drawn out process, and we want to change the game.
That's really cool. That sounds really cool for sure. Best of luck with that. And if I now come to you as an e-commerce business owner, and I'm like, Nathan, you are the VA guru, the VA master. What are your golden rules, or your 1 or your 3 golden rules for freelancing VA in the perspective of an e-commerce business owner?
Yeah, so rule number 1 is I set expectations up front. I want them to know what constitutes a success, what's a failure, how we communicate, what they need to know about my business, because I know that if they're a VA or a freelancer, they have lots of different clients out there, and every client has different expectations, different ways they want to run their store. I need the VA to understand how I want it done. Mm-hmm. Tip number 2 is I diversify. I don't look for that all-in-one VA who can handle customer service, emails, inventory, all parts of it. I want to split it up. I want to make sure I'm protected. If someone quits, I can't spend 6 months needing to teach someone else how to go in there. And I learned that lesson back in the day when I did that and had someone quit. But I want to diversify. Even if you're hiring one person for 40 hours a week for customer service, hire 2 people for 20 so they can cover for each other, and you're not thrown back into customer service, and you have that protection. And tip number 3 is start a feedback loop. Some of the best ideas, the best feedback that I got on my e-commerce business, ideas that saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars or made me hundreds of thousands of dollars, came from other people. I created a collaborative environment where it wasn't just me talking down to people. I could give feedback to them. They didn't take it personally. They would improve. They would give feedback to me and share ideas. How can I improve as a business owner, as a leader, as a manager? So start that feedback loop going back and forth, and that's a huge key in taking your business to the next level.
Well, these are huge tips, and I actually want to go talk about one of those that you just mentioned: hiring 2 people at the same time to back up for the other, of course. Just recently, I got a question from someone who wanted to hire a VA for his Shopify store. I think it was to fulfill orders, and he asked me like, how can I avoid that these guys are like doing stupid stuff with my data, or that they're doing some sort of stupid things. I actually never thought about this, because when I had VAs, I didn't give them access to the most critical things, if you want. But do you have any mechanisms in place at FreeUp, or what do you recommend people to avoid these type of things?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a risk, right? There's nothing I can do to make that risk zero. Yeah. Even if you hire your best friend to sit right next to you, there's always a chance they do something stupid or jeopardize your business in some way. So you have to get over that. I mean, there's always going to be a risk in business. Hiring is no different. Now, with that said, it's very hard to get on the FreeUp platform. We take 1 out of every 100 applicants. Once they're on, they care a lot more about being in our community and getting more clients and growing their freelance business than they do about jeopardizing your information. I've been hiring for over 8 years. I've never had a serious issue. We bill over 14,000 hours a week. We've never had an issue. I'm sure if we bill enough hours, eventually something will happen. That's real life. But the percentage is a lot smaller than people think. So really focus on what you can control. And yes, protect yourself by using LastPass, by giving user permissions and NDAs and all that stuff. But the number 1 way that you can protect your business is to actually build relationships with the people that you're working with. I've had people where I fired them or they quit but because I was respectful, because I had built that relationship, they didn't want to harm me or harm my business. So you can do everything around it, but the number one way to protect your business is to build that relationship.
Okay, that's great. And I think this is true for many things, and something that's often undervalued in a way that you can do a lot of things if you just talk to these persons and develop something. Same with like suppliers. I always say in ecom, if you build a relationship with your supplier, it's so useful if you do that. And as you said, same goes for VAs, because I also never had a bad experience myself, but it can always happen, sure. So yeah, thanks for all the tips already. Some great stuff in there. I really appreciate it. And now as we're kind of approaching the end, I just want to give you the chance to like just have some last words, if you want, about FreeUp, why people should join, why it's so cool, and just like the resume of the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's free to sign up. There's no monthly fee. There's no minimum. There's no obligation. It's in our best interest to get you people that actually help your business, that you actually like. So if you go to freeup.com with 3 E's, my calendar is right at the top. If you want to book a free meeting with me, you can create an account, mention this video, get a $25 credit to test us out. We're really on the same side, and we want to make sure you have a great experience.
That's awesome. Yeah, guys, I can definitely recommend that you check it out. I'm registered there as well. I put a link in the description as well. So you should definitely do that. It will save you a lot of time and also money compared to Fiverr, Upwork, and things like that, if you are an e-commerce business specific as well. So Nathan, thanks for all the great tips. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. I wish you all the best with FreeUp in the future.
Thank you. Have a great rest of the day.
You too, man. Thanks. Bye-bye.